So welcome back to Mystery Mondays for the Inner Circle, and I have an epically beautiful woman here with me. We've just spent like the last 3 days together. I wish I could show you all of where we are sitting, but we're trying to give you a little bit of the magic on where we are. So this is Shantel Nicole Johnson. That's how I say it all, is it?
Yes, it's awesome. Hello, everyone.
I didn't know her by the first name. I just asked her the full name, and I was like, "Oh, that's a test of me."
It's a big name.
It is. It's a
Yes.
beautiful name, though. So she's an intuitive medium, and as I just said, we've spent a few days together here on this incredible property. It's called Cloud Vale. So we're actually in Salt Lake City, Utah, out in the mountains at 10,000 feet.
Yeah, we're at 10,000 feet here.
It's
breathtaking.
wild.
Yes.
It's just been like a group of women. There's only been 4 of us for the last few days, and just all of us have different gifts to bring, and we've been sitting in this space doing healings for each other. And
Yes. So it's such a beautiful joy to be with like-minded people. So we are including you in our group right now.
Yeah, that is absolutely our intention, is to bring you into this and to bring you into the magic and bring you into the weaving that we've been doing for the last few days. And really our intention of sitting into this call is pretty much that. Like, we don't have a particular topic we want to dive into. We want to just tap into the channel and see what is ready to be brought through for you, which of all people to sit next to is the perfect person to say, I just want to tap into the channel. I would love to understand a little bit more about like where you became aware of your gifts, because I really enjoyed this story with you, and I think it's different from a lot of people.
I don't think I came in with the filter at all from this life to the next life. And so I don't remember not seeing the pretty people, because that was my term that I called them. Every person had between 20 and 30 pretty people around them at all times. And our house was really crowded when you added in the pretty people. and no one else seemed to understand or talk to them. And I didn't understand why, but my father actually sent me to the doctor when I was 4 years old, because he just thought I was really crazy and they would maybe have to institutionalize me. And my doctor back then was beautiful. Dr. Riley, I love him to this day. He's a spirit guide for me now. He went over to his old Bake-like phone and picked it up and called my dad and told him to leave me alone, that these pretty people sounded harmless to him. And so he believed me. My grandpa believed me too, because he could see angels as well. And those were my 2 supporters. I made everybody else really nervous.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I find that incredible with that gift of that doctor, because I feel like had that have been a different doctor, your life would have gone in a different turn.
Oh, totally. I thank him every day for seeing the light in it and not going to the dark place that maybe she has lost her mind, or that she is having some kind of sensory stimulation that's not healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, so there you go. That feels like a place for me to kind of go into, is I feel like there are more children being born now with this natural gift, and I feel like probably for you it was very unusual, whereas I feel like it's becoming more common.
It is, and I'm so glad. And I love coaching little kids. It's so cute. Their parents will bring them to me, and sometimes psychologists will send them to me, suggest they bring their child to me to talk about the basics and how to make yourself safe and how to be full of joy and light, and not to shut it down, because that's our natural intention, is to shut it down, shut our gifts down.
Yeah. So for maybe someone who's watching this who has a child that they're a little confused on what's happening for them, where would you recommend that they guide them to? Obviously to somebody like you who understands and can teach them.
Yes, but also you can just acknowledge what they're seeing is true for them in that moment. So just acknowledge it, and try not to make them feel different or weird about it. Try to help them understand that it's a gift. But then on the other side, you shouldn't always be using that gift for your own gain too. So it's a really strong balance as a parent to be supportive and open, but not to go into the places, well, my child sees this, so I'm going to ask, and just let the gifts just naturally open and let them know they're safe.
Beautiful. I didn't even think of that side, of course. Like, yeah, the opposite to shutting them down is wanting to use that all the time.
Yeah, exploit them. And you have to, as parents with these really highly gifted children coming in, we have to find that balance to be aware of their gifts and let them just naturally develop and believe them. Just believe them.
And so what about then with adults who have, like, I know for myself, I had sight when I was young and it frightened me and it wasn't encouraged and I shut it down completely.
Was it about 4 or 5 years old?
Yeah, probably.
Because that's what your guides are telling me right now. It was around 4 or 5. So you shut it down at a pretty common age. And that for your listeners, that is a really common age. About school age is when the imaginary friends start going away and the sight can shut down.
Yeah, and I feel like, I mean, I know it was the same with my mom. My mom used to walk to school, and then one day she wasn't going to school, and she said to her mom, but I can't, what about the lady who walks me to school? And my nan was like, what lady that walks you to school? And she explained the lady with the curly buns, and she had been explaining her grandmother, even though she'd never seen a photo of her grandmother. But she shut it down, and I know I shut it down, and I think it's common, and I'm now in the process of spending the last 5 years trying to open the gift back. So I'm like, and a lot of my clients say that they find that scary. Because it's scary to know how to open that up. So what words of wisdom do you have for women or people who are in that of, like, how do we reopen?
I think let's talk about the biggest issue I find with people is that they want to force their third eye back open again. And you do not want to do that. Everything with spirit is gentle and loving, and it comes in waves. Some days I see more than I hear. Some days I hear more than I feel. But you just have to go with what is presenting itself. And so you never want to force it open. And be really careful when people say they can open your third eye, because you want it to happen organically and naturally, in my opinion. And just start giving yourself credit when you do see something, or you do feel something, or you do know something before it happens. Say, well, isn't that great? I saw that coming. You know, just give yourself permission for your little wins.
Right.
And that just grows. And always when you start re-seeing, like you will see more in your periphery than straight on.
Okay.
So when you feel like there's an inspiration coming or a download coming, if you just kind of soften your gaze and look in your periphery, that's where you'll start to see movement, color. You might then start to see form. It will come back slowly and gradually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful, because I feel like that's almost exactly what's been happening for me, I guess. Even like there's this, I wish I could show you this mountain over here. It is, I don't know, it's a very tall mountain over here, and we went to the very top, not last night, the night before, I think it was. And we did have this moment of you pointing out a cloud and was speaking about where it was from. And I remember right before you said it, I felt Pleiades, and that was what you said, and that was exactly what I did, was okay. That's like I was on with that one. I got it.
You hit it. Yes, you got it in.
Yeah.
And however you get that in is perfect, because some people feel, some people hear, some people know. The people that have really strong knowing seem to doubt themselves the most, but they make the most excellent psychics in the world. If you have clear cognizance or clear knowing, that's beautiful. So it's not always about the visual. I always talk about that too, because your other senses are just as important.
And can you have a mix of the different senses working together?
Absolutely.
Okay.
My channels are all pretty open.
Okay.
Yeah.
And because I feel like I speak as if I see, but it's not as though I see like I'm seeing you.
Yeah.
Like, I know you see like as if you were seeing me, but that's for me not what it's like, but I feel like I saw it. I don't know how to explain that.
Yes, yes, because you did see it. You read it in your mind's eye, or you read it in your pineal gland.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you did literally see it. It wasn't tangible in 3D, but that doesn't make it not real. Yeah.
Right. Awesome. Because I feel like that's something so important, because that's why I used to question mine.
Yes.
And I feel like that's important for people to understand, is it's not always like I see you.
Yeah. It's not, and I think that's what people want when they want the third eye open. They want the clouds to part and the trumpeted angels to come down and a scroll unfurl, and there will be your answer. And that's not how spirit works. It's rhythmic. Once you get in the flow, when I used to describe this to people, it's like looking at jellyfish swim.
Oh.
When you see the spirit world, it's like a pulse and a contraction, a pulse and a contraction, because the spirit world is electrical and magnetic. And so when you get in that wave, when those visions start coming through, or when you see, feel, or get something, it's always in this rhythmic pulse. Right. So it's almost like the heartbeat of Creator. And that's how I connect. Yeah.
Oh, the heartbeat of Creator.
Yeah.
Okay, that feels beautiful. I wonder also, how much is it to us being open? Like, we had another experience here last night, and
yes.
And it was very much about you saying we had that experience because we were open to it.
Absolutely. We were open and ready. Okay. And yes, we did experience a beautiful transmission from some of our star being friends who came in.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I bawled.
So did I.
It was amazing. And
it's just pure love.
Yeah. And so is that because they're feeling our heart, or what is that?
A lot of people have a lot of theories on that. A lot of these special gifted children that are being born now are starseed children. They come in with a big advanced package of gifts. And so these star beings are like guardian angels that everything in my world goes to guardian angels. It just happens that way, so forgive me. But they're star angels to me, is how I view them. And they're loving and supportive. They do feel when we're open, when we are, and we just went through a beautiful meditation. Our hearts were just beautifully open, and I could hear the call out the window. And so we all pattered out to the porch and watched them.
Yeah. What has been your experience with star people? Like, it's something for me I'm really interested in, and this curiosity around what is the gifts that they're here for us. Like, I feel like
they're bringing.
Yeah,
different things. Overall, when I started working with the star being angels about 15 years ago, they started talking about that our bodies are shifting from carbon-based to crystalline-based, because crystalline can hold more light. And so I really have noticed in my physical body a lot of really deep healing happening over these last 15 or so years that I've really worked with them. And so they bring a lot of physical gifts, a lot of endurance and strength, hope, a lot of hope. People on the planet are so confused as a whole right now, and they show you the light, the way out of the dark places that we create for ourselves a lot of times. So
most of the time.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah. And so if somebody wanted to be able to connect more in or understand the star people, how to connect with them, what would you recommend?
I would just recommend, like any angel, guide, or spirit that comes to you, I always ask them if they're of the highest and pure light. If you ask them 3 times and they are still there, they are from the highest and pure light. Otherwise, they have to leave and not interfere with us. So I always just double check and make sure that I check in my body. How does this feel? Is this of the highest and best light? Then welcome, come on in. And you can just meditate on that. You can just invite your star guides or your star friends to find ways to show up for you. And they will, just like any angel, any guide.
Thank you. I really like that piece of asking, are you of the highest light?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the cosmos are big. The world is big. It's not like, you want to play with everybody. You want to play with people and beings that are vibrating at your level.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's the same as, like, we don't want to play with everyone who's here in our current physical form either.
No, you can be discriminated. And some people lift you up when they're around you, and some people can try to suck the life right out of you. And you want to be with guides and beings that are of that high vibrational light, who are only here to support us and bring us love. Your intention is everything, and this life is your life, and you can say who plays in your sandbox and who doesn't. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You got it right here. It's like, yes.
Oh yeah. And so if someone wanted to be able to activate their pineal gland more, and like you say, this is something that we want to slowly open into, not try and be, which this makes sense to me. It's like we don't want to penetrate.
Yeah, you don't want to jam it open. You could try a couple of angels I know that are really good for helping you see the truth in all things would be Archangel Uriel. You can ask him to start working on your pineal gland and helping open it up so you can see the truth in everything. The star beings, I can see pretty good, but the star beings that came in were the Octarians, and they really kind of reset my pineal gland recently.
Okay.
We're all exposed to toxins, especially fluoride, that really affects your pineal gland. And they took the little Octarians are the cutest little star beings. They look like little munchkins. I'm sorry, but they do. And they dress in little like hard hats, and they have tool belts on. And I don't know if they just appeared that way for me because it makes me giggle, or if that's really how they are. But honestly, there was this little guy. I says, I'm having some issues in my head. It wasn't that I wasn't seeing. It was just kind of like a funny shadowy form or a glitter or something that it was kind of needed to be fine-tuned. And this little being with a jackhammer came in and was going all the way around my pineal gland and my crown chakra. And when he was done, I'm like, oh, that feels good. I had a funny little headache, which I usually don't get, and it left. So sometimes we just get off a little bit, you know. So ask for help. It shows up when you do.
That's really beautiful.
But don't say no to the little jackhammers.
Yeah. Yeah, now I know if the little jackhammers come, I'm like, yes, please.
Oh, yes, I'll take some of that.
So who are the different star people? Like, I know I've heard of the Octarians and the Pleiades.
Yes.
Pleiadians, that's all I've heard of.
The groups I work with, the Pleiadians were the first to introduce themselves to me. They brought in a sacred dance, and in my office they would call me in at night and they showed me this light dance, and over months, and I finally wrote it all down, and then we started dancing it. So my group of star beings I started with were the Pleiadians. They're very, very tall. They're not like the little Octarians. They're really tall. They have like a beautiful white color hair, almost your color of hair, and they've got a light purple skin in our atmosphere, is what they told me. So first when I saw them, I went, whoa, who are you guys? But they were all of love. So the Pleiadians really are a lot of love. And then there's a group of star beings called the Phelonians. They take what the Pleiadians bring to our planet and they pollinate it. So they're the worker bees. And they're actually, that's their symbol, is the bumblebee. And they really do spread the love around. So if you're noticing those fat jumbo bumblebees hanging around, zipping around you in different ways, that could be Phelonian energy trying to help clear you and just move the love and spread the love. So those are the two that I work with a lot. There are some Syrian races that I'm pretty familiar with. One of my spirit guides is a seahorse, and that comes from that. And I really like the Andromedans. They're the magicians.
Ooh.
So it's dreamy, beautiful, mystical energy with the Andromedan beings. People who connect with them naturally, they're the manifestors of the world. You know how some people can just have this knack of just the flow and just getting in creative flow. I promise they probably have an Andromedan guide.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm open to one of those.
Yes, please.
I have a Palladian, but
Yes,
I'm open to one
yes.
of those.
In fact, you can ask yourself right now, just take a breath and say, do I have an Andromedan guide? And just listen to your response in your heart.
I got a not yet.
Yeah.
I wonder what other people get. You can comment and tell us.
Yes, please do.
Yeah, I would really love for people to comment and share, like, with this. Like,
Absolutely.
what's coming up for you, and do these things resonate with you, and are you having these experiences too? Because, yeah, it would be exciting to hear.
That I would love that feedback, because I love that. And who are the star beings you like to work with? You know, there's countless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Palladian, I have a big, tall dude. Palladium dude. I'd
Palladian
never
guy.
heard of them
Yeah.
when he came to me, and I was like, yeah, what,
Like, who are
I'm
you?
a Palladian light being, and I was like, a what? I got up and
Yeah?
Googled and went, oh, shit.
There is such a thing. Yes, I've done that so many times.
Yeah. And so it's the Palladians that have brought that dance that you've been speaking to us about?
Yes,
Can
the
you
dance
speak
of
into
light.
that?
Yes.
I would love to speak
It's
into
such a beautiful dance. We use selenite wands when we dance in both of our hands, and it really opens the energy of the 4 directions, north, south, east, and west. And what it turns out to be is like a sacred attunement or a DNA activation. Or an upgrade. Every time we've danced it, I always get something new. And the depth of healing keeps getting deeper and deeper. It's really amazing. And so we try to dance it around the solstice and the equinoxes like they did in ancient times. And it's been danced all over the world, at least a good part of the world. My goal is to hit it on every continent before
amazing.
Transition. So we're about halfway there.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to come to Australia and
just
visit
about to
you,
say
and
that.
we'll do the dance of light on the beach.
I was literally just about to say, when you come to Australia, can I host you to do that?
Yes.
Because that would be amazing.
Yes. And on the beach, the energy of doing it on the beach
Yeah.
would be just fabulous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come to Byron
Yes.
Bay. Do it on Byron Bay.
Oh,
my God.
I've got chills from head to toe.
I'm
The light beings love that. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're doing another one soon.
Yes, we're doing one on the 22nd, which is the equinox of September, and it's going to be held in Moab, Utah, which is a very sacred, beautiful place. There's a beautiful vortex there that's really close to the strength of the vortexes people hear about in Sedona. So it's kind of just off by itself and really beautiful and quiet, and we're going to dance the light there. So people are going to come and join us, and then also you can join energetically.
I'm definitely joining this
Yes.
energetically. I'm
Yes.
excited about that. Well, we've got the Facebook page, but I can't remember what it was called
Yes.
already, so we'll look it up in a minute and share.
It's Moon Babes and the Light Tribe.
You remember? She's got it.
Moon Babes, because everybody's a babe,
Yes.
and the Light Tribe, and it's Sonia Griffey, that you can just Google on her Facebook page. It will say all about it.
Amazing.
And then we've pre-recorded a little meditation that goes with it, and you can just click on that link, go on the meditation, join us that day. It's going to be a global download. It's going to be beautiful all over the world. We've already got people all over the world joining us. So.
Wow, that's amazing. How many years have you been doing this for now?
Oh, I think the first time we danced it was in 2005.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's been going for a while.
And yeah.
That's exciting. And I know.
And we have different groups that are trained now that dance concurrently around the planet. We have a really beautiful group in right on the border of France, and we've got a group in Belgium that dance the light religiously too.
Wow.
And people
okay.
just come. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So how can people, is there a way that they can connect in, or even that we can link in after this, or will that be on that same Facebook page if they wanted to become part of that?
Yes, it will be on that same Facebook.
Great.
So that's how you can link in. You can also look up my website, chantelnicole.com, and that's a work in progress, but it's getting better.
They should definitely just look that up anyway. And there's a YouTube channel coming soon too, yeah?
Yes, yes.
I'm excited about that.
So excited about that too.
Yeah, that's going to be fantastic. And so that's really going to be your platform, just to share all the bits and pieces, right?
Yes, everything that comes in. I am an open book. I share everything I get because it's a time of cooperation. We all need to work together. And so we don't have to stand alone anymore. And I hope that you feel that through this little podcast, that you're not alone. You've got guides, you've got angels, you've got us. We're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, because I feel like it can feel like a lonely path for people.
Yeah.
And I had something else that wanted to come through and it left. So obviously I'm meant to go. There's something else that I meant to ask you about the dance. Apparently I'm supposed to go back to that. Is what I've just been told.
All right. Let's go back
So
to
we're
the
going
dance.
back to the dance.
I love the dance of light.
Yeah.
I mean, what's not to love about a dance called light? I love it.
I love it, and I haven't even seen it yet, and I love it. How did that come to you? So the Palladians actually gave that to you, but it's something that has been danced long ago,
eons of time ago. What this group of beings who brought it back to me shared with me over those couple of months that they kind of initiated me into it. In my study every night, I would watch the light show go around me, and then I'd feel better and I'd go back to sleep. But they said it was danced on the planet 30,000 years ago was the last time, until we brought it back again. Wow. So it's an ancient, ancient dance. It's very simple, it's very beautiful, it's got beautiful music that the light beings shared. So it's just, I didn't have to do anything except buy a white dress. I'm like, really? You want me to dance in a white dress? Okay. Yes.
I have my white dress ready. I actually had on my white dress before.
Oh, you did?
And then just took it off because it got freezing cold and raining here.
Yeah.
Okay, I have my white dress ready.
You're ready.
Yeah.
So we can dance that on that beach.
We can. And so what... Well, once that's been danced on every continent, what do you feel is going to happen?
That's a beautiful question. So many things are happening, but what it is the light grid around the planet is being fully fired. The golden age of healing is coming back. It's here. It's now. The time of beautiful peace is here. It just ushers that in. Yeah.
Can you speak more into that? Like what age we're coming into, where we're shifting into? Because we're moving completely from one age to the next, right?
Yes, we are. And you have to know that I'm not very read. I don't read. I just listen to the guides, and so they give me things that I think I can understand in my language and in my thought forms. But what this golden age is it's a time of peace. Some people speak about it moving to the fifth dimension. But it is a time of enlightenment and a time of peace and a time of sharing. And the chaoses just can't live there. Yeah.
Exciting.
I know.
I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
It's really exciting. I feel like that links to those souls that I shared with you that I felt coming in.
Yes.
That are really of the love presence. That's what they're bringing, is they just hold such a high love vibration.
Really high vibration, these children coming in now. And that gives me hope, because I think that we wouldn't be self-destructing as a planet with all of these beautiful lights coming onto the planet. There is hope. There is hope we can shift to that golden age.
Yeah.
And bring it back fully.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Mm-hmm.
Can you speak more into the light grids that you speak of? Like, I understand a little, but I would really love if you can speak into what they are.
Sure. How I see the light grids are twofold. There's a grid of light on the planet really close to Mother Earth. It's almost like Mother Earth's etheric body is what is the word that was coming through. And that's where all the healing, everything can happen, because we all have a physical body, but we have an etheric body that's really close to it. And the light beings have taught me that when you really want to make change or really want to work, you work on the etheric body, and then it manifests fully into the physical. So if people can shift just that little bit, the physical healing will just grow exponentially.
Right.
Yeah. So
okay.
Think of the light grid as Mother Nature's etheric body. And so it's literally, with my psychic eyes, I see the grid of light. And it's just a loosely woven light field all around the planet. And when I ground now, and you might want to try this and see, is I just open up the bottom of my feet, the chakras on the bottom of my feet, and I just ask that they are magnetized to the closest grid line that I'm standing on. And it really starts feeding your body immediately.
Yeah.
Full of light, because that's what we are. We're light. And then there's a grid above the earth plane that's the cosmic grid of light, and that one is run by Archangel Metatron, and the one we just spoke of near the earth is the Archangel Sandalphon. So if you mentally just think Metatron, Sandalphon, connect me into the grid, plug me in, or you actually connect to the light grid, people will start seeing I've heard lots of people say, oh, I see the light grid. I can see it now everywhere. And so once you start working with it,
amazing,
you're more in tune to it.
Okay, so because
Excuse
I've had so many lightning.
There's literally lightning right now.
That's fantastic. I have heard of so many. For some reason, the word light workers wants to come through, but that's not the word I usually use. But anyway, let's use that. Who speak of traveling the world and working with the light grids and activating the light grids in different places. And I feel like that's something you do also.
So many people have been called to that for a time. I mean, you have to imagine when I first got the Dance of Light and they gave me the charge to dance it all over the world, I was newly divorced. I didn't even know who I was anymore. I'm like, how am I going to singly travel all around the world? But it just happens. You connect with the right people in the right place, and it just, when you do work those light grids, you're called to places. And I have been, and it's been wonderful.
Do you feel like that shows up differently for every person?
Yes, but the same call goes out. Like, I liked how you said that many groups all around the planet are doing the same work, and I love to know that they're there. They've got my back with my little piece that I'm doing here. So you can do it anywhere, and it's a collective shift.
Yeah, because I feel like when I first heard people speaking about that, I thought that was something I could never do.
Oh,
right?
you do it wherever you walk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then now I've realized, oh, it's not like I am doing it anyway. Like, I notice I walk into different forests and I don't know, stuff happens, my fingers move and light thing, whatever, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But this realization that, yeah, we are doing it.
Yeah. Everyone's taking part in the grid. Everybody's feeding the grid. The grid is feeding everyone. It's just a really beautiful cooperative energy right now. And it's so much easier to focus on that than some of the awful things. Yeah.
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 Definitely. Angels now. I'm supposed to ask you about angels.
My favorite subject.
Yeah. We're jumping around a little bit, but
Yes.
I'm literally just following what, I don't know, I'm getting little whispers in
Little
my ear.
nudges.
Ask her
Talk
this.
about that next.
Look,
Okay.
angels. Tell me
Yeah.
about angels. Just tell me about angels. I don't even need to ask you a question.
Yeah, no, angels are great. They're so user-friendly. That's what I love about angels. Everyone has them with them, whether they utilize them or not. That's your choice. This is a free will planet, so you know what? You get to choose if you want to go there or not. And usually you'll have a relative, what I found over my years, that escorts you in, who is passed over on the other side. I'm different than maybe what some authors say. I call them a primary spirit guide, but you do have an escort into the physical realm and an escort out again. And in your case, can I share?
Please.
Okay. In your case, I'm being nudged right here. So you're right-handed, right? So this would be your mother's father's father.
Father's father.
So
Ooh.
he was passed away before you were born, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
would have to
definitely.
be. So he was in the spirit world when you were in the spirit world.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, I'm going to be your great-granddaughter. And he's like, oh, let me escort you in. So you make some kind of agreement like that. But when you really have big life decisions to make, he's privy to your book of life that you wrote for yourself before you came. So engage with him. He's bored.
He would be bored because I haven't talked to him in 43 years. He'd be really bored. Sorry.
Yeah. So just like work with him, because they have your best interests at heart. That when they get to that level that they can be an escort, they're past their human stuff. And he said he had a lot of human stuff to overcome. So they're past that point of their evolution, and that's where they can really help you.
Amazing. Okay, that's exciting.
Yeah. So that's the whole realm of angels. There's archangels. There's a whole hierarchy of angels. They're not really in a hierarchy. They're all of light. They're all angels, and there's relatives that want to help too. Pets, lovely pets, show up for people all the time too. Yeah, as guardian angels.
How can somebody choose to open up? Like, I mean, I just felt instantly then when you said to me that, like, I can feel him now, because I'm aware.
He's a strong man.
Yeah. I can feel
what I like about him is when he kind of has your eye twinkle. It's like when you smile, your eyes smile. When he smiles, his eyes smile too. There's that like mischievous grin. Like, I like it. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So is it really as simple as that? As simple as opening up to
you
knowing
just
that they're
have
even there?
to, you just have to be open to the idea that you might not be alone, that you might really be loved and supported here, and who is going to be your supporters, and just ask for them. Ask for signs. A lot of people ask for signs. My mother and sister have recently passed. They both come and visit me all the time and just talk to me, but they also send me little signs along the way, and I love it because I feel I know they're in a good place. I know they're doing well, but they're also checking in and making sure that I'm doing okay. So, yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. So, my grandmother passed 10 years ago, and I'm being told it's longer than that now. And ever since she passed, my mum had her orchids, took her orchids, and on my mum's birthday, on what would have been my nan's birthday, on what would have been my auntie's birthday, the orchids bloom in different colours.
Voila! I love it. I love that.
However many years it's been, without fail, different colours.
Yeah.
Black ones, white ones, yellow ones, pink ones. Always like out of season.
Yeah, I love it. That's how you know that's a real tangible sign. You can't make that up.
You totally can't make that up. I even remember one time Mum being very down and very upset and really just saying, like, Mum, I need a sign, like everything is not okay. And the next day
they bloomed.
Out they came.
Yeah.
So, how can you not believe that? Like, when that is, to me, that is them being right here with us.
Absolutely. Without a doubt. That's awesome. That's a good story.
Yeah.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, I feel that too. And so if you want to ask for guidance from your angels, so say, for example, now I know of this one with me, would you sit and meditate, like for someone who's very first starting to do that?
When you're very first starting, it's like just having a conversation with a friend, or like, dear diary, dear grandpa, you know, I'm really struggling at this area of my life right now. I could use some support and understanding, and if you have any insights that you might share with me, bring it to me in a dream, or I'm open to receive it however it comes. And he'll start. Once you give them permission, that's the biggest thing with angels. You have to literally give permission.
Okay.
Because otherwise, if you just say, angels help me, you have to be more specific, a little more specific, and give them permission to help me. So in my head, I always have, you have my permission to help me do this. Help me with this. I've overbooked my time today. I need to warp time. Please help me. You know, there's nothing that's not possible. Yeah, I warp time all the time.
Excellent.
I'm good at it.
I didn't try that.
Because I do overbook myself. I just do. I don't mean to.
Yeah. No, I'm being told somewhere else now.
I love your K2.
And she knows what it is.
I've been noticing it the whole time. I'm like, that K2 is fabulous. The dots in it are so blue. It's beautiful.
Incredible. But my nasty fingernails. But this is quite new. This is actually from Crystal Castle in. Oh, so when you come to Byron Bay, I'm taking you to Crystal
Oh,
Castle.
love it.
This
Yes.
is from there. I actually don't know a lot about it. I just was told that I needed to have it.
Well, it's a really good, what I know about it's a really good manifestation stone, because it shouldn't have ever happened.
Right.
Like these two, I think that is, because I've got some green K2 too. One of them is from zinc and one of them's from copper, I believe, that gets impregnated in this K2 stone.
Right.
And so it's beautiful about manifestation. That's what and healing.
Great.
It's great for healers. Yeah.
Great.
Healer, heal thyself. Right.
Yeah. Excellent. I'm ready for manifesting.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. That's the piece that I meant to ask you about. How do you choose to manifest?
Oh, as much as possible. Yeah. I feel like every day is a manifestation because I always just set my day up that I walk in the most light that I can and help as many people as I can along the way. That's usually just in my heart and gratitude every day. Yeah.
What's your daily ritual, like the way that you would start your day?
I start my day with burning Nang Champa incense. I love that. I'll sometimes put some music on that's inspiring me, but I do start my day with gratitude. I stand at my windows and shout out everything I'm grateful for.
Literally shout it out?
Literally.
Amazing!
Yes, and my little dog waits for me to say, and I'm so grateful for my dog! And he'll go, whoop. It's very cute. He patiently waits for me to manifest every day.
I love the stories that you've shared about your dog, actually. and I would like to go into that a little bit because I feel like some people have amazing connections with their dog. And
Or
then they
cats.
Think, yeah.
Or
and they think that people think they're crazy because it's just a dog. It's not just a dog. I would love you to speak into that relationship.
Oh, yes. My dog isn't a dog.
No.
He's a star bean, I'm pretty sure. Although he won't tell me where he's from because every time I ask him, I always look at him and I go, I know you're not a dog. Where are you from? And he'll turn his head like, I'm not going to tell you. Like a little kid. It's so cute. So he won't tell me. He has one blue eye and one brown eye. He told me in a physical voice. I can literally hear his physical voice. He told me that he has a spirit eye and an earth eye. And so he can see the spirit world. And so the two of us living together is quite hilarious sometimes. I'm like, what are you seeing? I'm not. You know, so it's funny. He came to heal my heart. He told me that. My sister had just passed away. And he literally said, hello, my name is Riker, and I'm here to heal your heart. And I'm like, well, you're a cute little dog, Riker, but I don't want a dog in my life right now. But he's true to his word. He really has literally helped me heal my heart. Since he's came into my life, I've lost like 50 pounds. I literally and physically, he's helping me heal my heart and just open my heart back up again. So yes, your animals are not just animals sometimes. They're human angels. And I know that people who really resonate with their cats and dogs can understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's really important for people to hear, because I also do have friends who feel like they're just so close to their animals, but other people make them seem a little crazy.
Yeah.
Like you're too attached to your dog or your cat or whatever, and it's like, I don't think you can be too attached to them.
No, and it's perfect for you in that moment in time. You know, if you need that connection, it's a human angel. I think the animal kingdom, the mineral kingdom, they're all here to help us. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you get messages from other animals sometimes?
Yes. Animals show up in readings sometimes, and sometimes animals are cute. They'll pop in my condo days before the client actually arrives. A couple weeks ago, I had this big horse that every time I opened my refrigerator, its head came out at me. And I'm like going, I know you're here for someone. Please let them hurry and come in. Yeah. It was beautiful. I just got to know this horse over the past, and it was about a week and a half, and their owner did come in for a reading, and I'm like, you have a horse, and it looks like this, and it has this mark on its forehead, and they did, and he went away.
Far out, that's amazing. Wow. Okay. So actually, the other piece I feel like sharing is like, for you, this is something that you pretty much can't turn off, right? It's like
No.
you see, your gift is on 24/7.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could turn the off button off, but I really can't. It just, I see, I hear, I feel, I know. It just is a constant channel that's open. And I've just kind of gotten used to hearing a conversation with someone you care about, with the ambient, several conversations that are going on around us. It's an art.
Yeah.
And a lifetime of learning how to do that, because if I could have found the off switch, I would have used it.
Yeah. And so I feel like, what are some of the ways that you've learnt to manage that? Like, if someone else is watching this and they're also like, yeah, I wish I could turn it off.
I wish I could turn it off.
Like, I think you shared something about they're not allowed in your bedroom.
Yeah, I have a
Right.
no bedroom rule. No spirit, I don't care if it's God, can come in and scare me in my bedroom. I just had too much of that as a child. I'd roll over and see eyes staring at me in the dark, and I just don't want to do that anymore. Even though it was maybe a beloved grandmother or something, no one should startle me in my bedroom. So I do have the no bedroom rule. They keep that pretty well. If they need to get me and it's night, they'll like announce it over some intercom system that doesn't really exist, and I'll wake up and go out in the living room, whatever. But yeah, so that's good. If you want to close it down, meditation works for me. Massage works for me really well too. If I'm having a massage, I usually can, especially if the massage therapist is open to like asking their angels to step back and not be in my face, then that works for me. I can have solitude that way. Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. That was fun. Thank you. That was fun.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed chatting
Yes.
to you, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank
Even though we're
you.
already hearing this amazing, seriously, I think I need to like post some photos or try and take a bit of a video and edit it in to show you where we are, because
It's
there's no words.
unbelievable.
For it. There's just
It's the
no
top of the
words.
world is what it
literally-
is.
It's literally the top of the world. So you've already shared your website and that Facebook page, but I wonder if you can just say them both again, because I really
Sure.
feel...
It's Moon Babes, like the moon in the sky, and Babes, and the Light Tribe. And Sonia Griffey is the owner of that one. And then Shantel, Shantel, Nicole, NICOLE.com.
Amazing. They should definitely check you out and follow you, because there'll be, like I said, follows a YouTube channel coming. You absolutely need to check that out. After spending a few days with this woman, I'm telling you, I'm going to be watching everything she's doing. So you should as well.
Oh, thank you.